going to be outraged by this next story. A Nebraska judge allowing a lawsuit to go forward claiming a 12-year-old boy with autism suffered mental health problems after his school repeatedly put him in a 5-by-7-foot safe room without notifying his parents. Well, the family is seeking damages for their son's pain as well as reimbursement for his psychological treatment. Joining me now, defense attorney and former prosecutor Robert Schalk and trial attorney Kirsten Wilson. Did I say your name right?
You did.
Thank goodness. It's Kirsten or Kirsten, whenever you see it. So, all right, so let's get into this. First of all, the school district contends that the parents didn't exhaust all remedies available through federal special education law. And the law, for those at home, protects governmental subdivisions from being sued for certain discretionary actions. Do you believe the parents have a case?
I do think they have a case. What is really terrific for this family is that the Board of Education in Nebraska has actually found errors on behalf of the school district already, and that is going to be huge in court.
Okay, let's just talk about the safe room, okay?
Yeah.
It's 5-by-7. Some of us have closets that size. It has a door. It has a small window. If you're talking a child, most likely the child isn't even tall enough to see out of it. It's locked. It sounds more like a cell, a solitary confinement cell in a prison.
Well said, Julie. It sounds exactly as you described it. It sounds like a prison for a kid, for
no
teachers,
furniture.
for teachers who don't want.
He's just sitting in the floor. He's a prisoner.
For a teacher who doesn't want to do their job. The kid acts up, I'm going to put him in this room. And under federal law, each child is entitled to an individual education plan, an IEP, where the school district, all the resource coordinators for the school, and the parents must sit in a room, and everybody must check off and be in agreements and sign off on it. The biggest problem for the school district is they never told the parents about this room. The mother only found out about it when they called her to ask for a change of clothes for the child. That's the first time she found out.
Unbelievable. And first of all, the psychological assessment on this child, I mean, it's bad enough he had autism. To lock a child with no furniture in a room would give any of us anxiety. So now, how do you assess the damages of the psychological torture, essentially, that this child was given?
You can't even imagine. I'm painting this picture to a jury.
I can't
imagining what had to precipitate them even going in the room. So you're not even just talking about a child with autism who then is in a locked room. It's somebody that was clearly in the state
parents. I cannot imagine. I mean, I do not have a child who's autistic, but whether your child is autistic or not, to think that your child is being mistreated by a school district that you put your trust in just speaks volumes about how special needs are addressed in this country, period. Because autism is such a prevalent problem for so many parents who have such a difficult time putting their child in a school system to begin with. I mean, what kind of damages do you see the school district being responsible for, and what needs to happen in order to prevent this from ever happening?
We were talking about it, before coming out here, and the problem that you're going to have is it's going to be experts versus experts, quantifying the damages, proving that the child actually suffered from it. But you have a jury. You have any parent on that jury with a child that is even, whether it's their child,
healthy
family
or not,
child,
it doesn't matter.
Every person in this country has a family member, a friend, a neighbor, someone in their school that has special needs. I think that you're going to be talking about damages that could be substantial, 6 figures or higher.
I mean, there are several states that have banned any kind of safe room. I mean, I understand there are separate classrooms for children with special needs, but a small room confined to 5-by-7 space, does this even exist anywhere else? I've never heard of such a thing.
Unfortunately, it does. There are over 20 states that have limited these sorts of safe rooms for regular children, and there are over 30 for special needs children. 30 states that have banned it for special needs kids, but there still are a number of schools out there utilizing these, and that's what's
terrifying.
terrifying.
The problem, because what kind of precedence does this set? I mean, the judge basically is not going to allow negligence to be brought into this court. I mean, negligence. This is pure negligence on behalf of the school district, is it not?
Well, they've already admitted it. They admitted the school district has admitted the report found that
But these government institutions are protected.
That's the problem.
From negligence.
You need a judge.
So how far does this go? Can the children then be physically harmed? This child could have physically harmed himself.
Right.
There are a lot of cases where that
And
has
that
happened.
school district could have been held responsible.
The hope is that this case and this judge is now shining a light on changes that need to be made at the federal and the state levels to increase, so everyone's aware, so everything's in writing, so all the parents know when they get their IEPs what is and what is not allowable. And I think the judge allowing this case to move forward, I think this is a case that could set precedent not just in Nebraska, but potentially the country.
There have been some other cases with different types of restraints with children with special needs, and you certainly see huge figures in cases like that because of the reaction that people have. It's absolutely barbaric.
I mean, what kind of restraints restraints do you think are reasonable?
I mean,
does the school district then have to come up with a new plan, and what would that be?
well, a big piece of this, I think the safety room is certainly just completely unacceptable, but a huge part of this case is there wasn't even training for the staff in how to deal with these situations. So you need the people that can intercede before it gets to the point where a child needs to be restrained.
How can you implement something when you don't have the training to do it?
You
Doesn't
need
make any
special
sense.
ed teachers. That would be rule number one.
Yes.
And obvious. All right, that's all the time we have. Robert Schalk and Kirsten Wilson, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.
Kelly.
Well, this is